and there seems to be lots of glass so far as well, so let's hope we can find some interesting treasures.
Yeah, let's go. There's one of those beautiful yellow Winkle shells. Look at the colour of that. A bit of blue glass. Oh, that's pretty. Look at that. There's another piece of blue. That's lovely as well.
There are loads of shells and glass, but a lot of it is green beer glass. A lot of green, modern green beer glass down here. But yeah, there is some older pieces as well. Look at that aqua piece. That is an older piece of glass. That's a really pretty colour, isn't it? Some potteries. Peaceful drain. Amber. Random plastic thing here, but I don't think it is so random. I think it's a woman. A white blonde woman with, yeah, long blonde hair. Random, yes, it is random. Can see, oh, the sun's come out. How wonderful. I can see pottery. Quite a few pieces of pottery actually. But so far nothing worth picking up. Isn't this just a sign of the times? Oh look! A motherboard! Random. Very random. Don't know what that was of. Now, interesting observation, but there's a stream coming down here, burn, out to the sea, and just where I've stepped out into this burn, suddenly I can see loads of fragments of pottery. So I'm wondering if the burn is where we should be looking instead of the beach. Let's see if any of these pottery bits are of any interest. Okay, well I'm gonna have to put my hand in. That is plastic, unfortunately. That looks like pottery, at least. Plain. A brick. Razor shell. Oh. Oh, a piece of clay pipe stem. A mouthpiece, in fact. There's another bit of pipe stem. Oh, and look, it has words on it.
Oh,
look.
Great. What does it say? Please don't be tenants.
No, it doesn't say tenants. It says Botstead.
Bowstead.
Bowstead. Oh, Bowstead. And then something on the other side, but it's quite worn. Oh, cool. Oh, is that like Glasgow? Maybe Glasgow? Possibly. Oh, good. That's good. Looking up stuff.
Here's a really old wine bottle neck. It's been applied. I like it. Oh, look at this. It's got a little bird on it. It looks like a shrew. Oh, I like that. Oh my goodness. Just look what I found. Can you see it? It's a marble. Oh my goodness. Oh, look at the swirls in it. Oh, I haven't seen one like that. Look at that. Oh, it looks like a German marble. Wow. I love it. Great.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful.
I know.
It's got what, like red and greens, like swirly bits
It's got
in it.
swirls inside, but
Oh.
needs cleaning up.
Yeah.
Yeah, red and green. Blue.
Bit blurry. Pottery seem to be blank. Most of them anyway. So I wonder if someone else beach combs or harbour combs, because we're not on a river. We're not really on a traditional sea beach, so I'm going to call it harbour combing or harbour larking. This is very old glass. Kind of has a strange blue tinge, but when you hold it up, it's green. That's really old glass. And there's some more of it here. Part of the base of an old bottle. Oh, part of a bird's wing, and a piece of ceramic electrical insulator off the top of a telegraph pole. Oh, spot something down here. There. It's a stopple bopper. A swing top bottle, aerated water or ginger beer, I think. Oh, what's that say? Words. I'm not sure how to say that. Gtolsch.
Just look at all the shells. Wow. Just shells. And more of these beautiful, beautiful Winkle shells. Look at the colours. Wow. They are gorgeous. And there's a tiny little one here. I love them. There's another one. Beautiful. And there's a really orange one. Wow. I love them. I've got to make something with those. I'm going to call this Winkle Shell Bay. There's lots of brown ones as well, but they don't stand out as much as these ones. There's lots and lots and lots of brown ones. I'll zoom in. Look at them. I like this piece of wood. Look at the grain in there and the uneven saw marks. And it looks like mountains.
Bricks. Lots and lots of bricks. Demolition rubbish that was just dumped in the sea, I suppose. Can't tell what that says. I think this says Heathfield. Oh. A button. Oh, wait. No, I can't get it up. Nope. It's like in concrete. No, I'm afraid that's got to be the find that got away. So I've realised most of the finds down here are just cemented in this, I don't know what it is, it kind of looks like tarmac. So I don't think there's much point looking on this stretch, so I'm going to go over to that little beach Mum is on. She's been on there for quite a while, so I imagine there's things to be found.
Just look at all these. And I've already put some into my bag. Aren't they gorgeous? I love them.
Whoa, they're so yellow.
I know.
They're beautiful. There's a piece of pottery down here. LMS. That might be interesting. Some kind of teacup, I think. Wonder what LMS stands for. Maybe something to do with a ship? Perhaps? It's the top of an ink bottle in there. It's strange because there's lots of pottery, but most of it is blank, has nothing on it. Which makes me think someone's been here before us. A spoon. Haha. Might just take that home and use it.
Kittiwakes and sea.
These tiny shells are amazing. I love them.
There's too many little beautiful Winkle shells. Look at them all. Now this is an unusual find for the beach. It's a sheep's horn.
Now, there's almost zero man-made objects on this beach. I can't find glass or pottery. However, I have just found a piece of chalcedony here, because I think just a little further up the coast is a good place to look for agate. And then I found this beautiful but tiny piece of banded agate with what looks like amethyst inside. So, I wonder if there's any more.
We've just found this abandoned building. I wonder what it was. It looks like it was a hotel or something. But it just looks so creepy. Okay, so that was our day at Stranraer.
Yeah, we had a lovely time here, and
we found some beautiful shells.
we did. We did mostly shells today, but yeah.
And we're going to be making something, so
We are.
stick around for that.
We'll see you at the Roundup.
Bye!
Should we try the front? I'll try the front door. Let's see.
Give a shock of someone else.
I'd get a big shock if someone answered.
Hello! Okay, so here are all the finds we made on our trip to Stranraer.
And we've got a wonderful collection of both man-made and natural treasures.
Yeah.
So this is actually our third roundup because we've had some problems with corrupt footage.
Yes,
so
we're
you
having
might
to do it again
you might notice
and again.
when we said we were going to make some things from our finds, you might notice some of those things are already made. Because we've had to bring everything back and do it again because we lost that footage. But anyway, we'll start down here with some of these potteries. We've got this is all transferware, including a bit of pottery we've already made into a charm.
I think that's either a bird or a griffin.
Yeah, it might be a griffin.
Because it's got
Or a
ears, hasn't
birdie.
it? Someone suggested it could be a flying squirrel.
A flying squirrel. And we've got black transferware, and this is like got an embossed butterfly on there. Can you see that? And this is Cornish ware. And they've got a bit of a wing from a willow pattern plate. And
then we've got this
yeah,
piece of cup, I think, or mug,
yeah,
with
yeah.
LMS on it. And I've got a little bit of information about that. And LMS was the London, Midland and Scottish Railway. And it was formed on the 1st of January 1923 under the Railways Act of 1921, which required the grouping of over 120 separate railways into 4. The railways that formed the LMS included London and North West Railway, Midlands Railway, the Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway, and several Scottish railways, including the Caledonian. As a result, the LMS became the world's largest transport organisation and the largest commercial enterprise in what was the British Empire. The LMS was Britain's largest employer after the post office. It also acquired many docks and harbours, one of which was Stranraer.
Well, then that makes a lot of sense, doesn't it, to why we found that there if they had a dock there.
Yeah, and Stranraer lies on the west coast of Dumfries and Galloway in the south of Scotland, and it was formerly a ferry port connecting Scotland with Belfast and Larne in Northern Ireland, until the service moved to nearby Ken Ryan in 2011. So that does make sense that the train would have gone to the port.
And perhaps this was smashed and they just, I don't know, yeeted it. Into the rubbish or something, and it's found its way into the sea, or it was actually dropped. I don't know. Who knows how it could have got there, but at least we have some part of the story because they had the dock there. But anyway, moving on, we have this clay swing top bottle stop, and it's Grolsch, and I couldn't read it at the time, but it could have been made yesterday really, because Grolsch, I think it's beer. I think they're still making swing top bottles with stoppers just like this, so it's modern, but oh well.
Still, it's all part of history, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Moving on to some beautiful rocks. Now, we're a sucker for a pretty rock, and this is just a quartz pebble with algae on it. That's just a ordinary quartz pebble. But we have 2 beautiful...
Yeah, this is chalcedony.
Yeah.
And this one is a beautiful banded agate.
It's gorgeous. It's got it's like pinkish, whitish bands, and in the middle there's amethyst.
Yeah.
So it's really
quite
beautiful.
amazing, really.
Yeah, look at that side. Gorgeous.
It would come up lovely polished, that.
Yeah.
So further up the coast into Ayrshire is quite well known for agates, but obviously they are lower down in Dumfries and Galloway as well. So.
Got a lovely waxy texture.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on again, we've got our sea glass.
And some pretty colours.
It's gorgeous aqua colours and greens and things.
I love the aquas, the aqua blues and the aqua greens.
Yeah, and that's quite an old applied lip.
Yeah, I love bottle tops, lips.
I wonder if there's something we can do with them, because I think we've collected quite a few.
But this is interesting because it's an applied lip, which later would have been tooled to even it out a bit. But you can see where the bottle is there, and then the lip that's been applied.
It's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
And this piece of glass, which you can see is really pitted, and it's really dark and chunky, so that could be 18th century glass. That could, or
very old.
early 19th
Could be off an
century.
onion bottle or something like that.
Yeah, so that's quite old.
Then we got the beautiful blue pieces.
Of which, yeah, don't look at that. Yeah.
Don't look at that. It doesn't exist yet.
Doesn't exist yet. Oh, we got plastics. So we've got a squashed plastic doll and a hat. And look, that's Barbie's doll, squashed Mudlarking doll. And now she's got a hat.
It looks a bit like a pith helmet.
And she was holding this copper nail in her hand. Whoops. Moving on from there, what have we got next? Oh, this gorgeous coral.
Yeah, how beautiful to find a piece of coral like that.
I know, I've never found a piece of coral like this before.
No.
Such a big piece. And it's so beautiful. It's really tactile as well to hold.
Yeah, I love it.
Of course, it's bleached and dead. And yeah, but it's really beautiful. Gorgeous details on there as well.
And then we have our amazing, I call them sunshine shells.
Sunshine shells.
But they are in fact periwinkles. And this variety is called the flat periwinkle because this side of it here, the top of the swell, is quite flat.
Yeah.
Whereas a regular periwinkle there, it's pointed. So we've got the flat periwinkle and the regular periwinkle.
And they're just the most beautiful colour, aren't they? Yeah. Yeah, our best finds of the day, I think.
I love them.
Okay.
And that takes us on to our clay pipes.
Our clay pipes, and just ignore that clay pipe there.
That one hasn't got any silver
No,
attached
it
to
doesn't, no. Okay, so this piece of pipe here is a later piece of clay pipe stem, and you can tell from this shape here. And it's a mouthpiece, because you can see where it terminates there. It's kind of a bit of a blob on the end. But this piece is either mid or late Victorian, and I think Mum's got some information about this.
Yes, because it has the name Bowstead on one side and Glasgow on the other. And I've been able to find out something. From the Post Office General Directory of Glasgow, 1859 to 1860, we find William Bowstead, tobacco, pipe and plumbago crucible manufacturer, 61 Duke Street, and his house is at 17 Armour Street. In another directory, it's called St Mungo Tobacco Pipe Manufactory and St Mungo Plumbago Crucible Works at 61 Duke Street. Plumbago was the name given to graphite, which was used in a clay mix to produce crucibles that melted metal faster and lasted longer than anything else available in Europe at the time. Now there's a bit of a mystery here because in 1851, the Morgan brothers, after seeing an American-made crucible at the Great Exhibition, became the sole agents for crucibles from Joseph Dixon & Co., a New Jersey manufacturer, and in 1856 obtained the manufacturing rights from them. And then they opened a factory in Battersea in London called the Patent Plumbago Crucible Company. So they were sole agents for this plumbago crucible.
Yeah.
And then they painted it themselves. So how was this...
Yeah, how were they allowed to make them?
How was this man in Glasgow allowed to produce them at around about the same,
Yeah,
exactly the same
that's
time?
really weird.
So is there a mystery there? Is there some sort of...
We looked it up briefly, but we couldn't find any
nothing
court
specific.
case or anything against him. But yeah, he
There
was
a
breaking the
court
law.
case against another man in Glasgow who was producing these crucibles and breaking the patent law, but his name was McAdam, so I'm not sure what's going on there.
Perhaps it was quite widespread, the copying of this plumbago crucible, and some just got away with it. Maybe just got away with it.
I found out something else about William Bowstead in the newspaper, the Glasgow Herald of Saturday, the 3rd of December 1859. Brass Founders Rifle Corps. Now this was part of the 2nd Administrative Battalion of the Lanarkshire Rifle Volunteers. And the newspaper article says, last night, a meeting of the members of the Corps was held in the Leicester City Hall for the purpose of electing 2 commissioned officers, when William Bowstead, Esquire, of 17 Armour Street, was unanimously elected captain. So there you are. He was obviously a well-respected man.
Yeah. We've got a picture, haven't we, of the Rifle Corps uniform?
Yeah. So I imagine him to be someone like Captain Mannering.
Yeah.
He's got his finger in a lot of pies, obviously.
Yeah, obviously. And he was being a bit cheeky copying his paint-tinted crucible.
Yeah, so all that history, and this is what fascinates me about mudlarking and beachcombing finds. All this history from one tiny fragment of pipe.
And it's got, what, like 10 letters on it? Yeah. It's like from 10 letters you can find all this information about a whole person's life and their career. And it's just amazing.
And scandals.
And the scandals.
Now, you may have noticed there are 3 marbles on the table.
Yeah, there's a bit of a story here. Because the beautiful marble that Mum found on the video is missing, because about 3 weeks ago I took it and I cleaned it and I made a nice job cleaning it up and it looked great, but since then it has disappeared and we've searched high and low, but
you put it somewhere safe.
I put it somewhere safe and I've forgotten exactly where I put it, but it'll turn up. But for now, here are 3 German marbles in its place, and they're made in the same way and they're very similar in design. So
they are. So the one I found was similar to these 2, but it was green, yellow, and blue.
And actually, we've got some.
Or was it green? No, green, red, and blue.
Green, red, and blue.
That's right.
Yeah, it's very similar to like that one, I think. And we've actually got some clay marbles, German marbles up here that we found. There's some of the collection we found. But I think Mum's got some information about German marbles.
Yes, and it's not clear when and where marbles were first made in Germany, but in Nuremberg in 1503, the town council limited the playing of marbles to a meadow outside the town. Don't know whether they were getting a bit rowdy with their marble games, but I'd love to find that meadow.
I know. But
the marbles they used then would have been clay and marble and alabaster and stone. In 1846, a German glassblower invented marble scissors for making marbles, but it wasn't until the 1860s that production there really took off. Almost all antique glass marbles were produced in Germany between 1860 and 1920. So after this, the German handmade marble industry went into decline because of machines that were invented in America.
Well, that's a shame, but I mean, you can't beat something handmade, can you?
You can't.
And you can see they really perfected the art of marble making here.
Absolutely beautiful.
And I have to say, machine-made marbles, you can really tell the difference in quality. They just haven't got the detail of these handmade marbles. Yeah. But they're absolutely beautiful.
They're little individual works of art.
They are absolute works of art. And I think this is an onion skin marble, and I've forgotten again. I looked it up. I'll put it on the screen what these are called. Which kind of marble these. But, they've all got different names anyway. They would have pulled a rod of glass, and on the end of the rod of glass, they would have tooled it with hand tools into a marble shape.
Probably those scissors.
Yeah, probably those scissors actually. And you can see on the ends of these marbles. Have a look. You see the pontal marks where they've been taken off the end of the glass cane.
And held with a glass rod as well.
Yeah, and they would have been held on the glass. But that's where they've been taken off. That's where they would have been attached to the glass cane.
Fantastic.
And you can see how they're not perfectly round at all. Some of them have got a bit of a wonk on, but they are absolutely beautiful. Love them. We love finding them as well. But anyway, that's our clay marbles and our original one. Let's hope it shows up at some point. Okay, so we're going to show you us making some little charms out of the finds that we have here on the table. When we did our first roundup, of course, we didn't know what we were about to make, but
obviously we do now. And you've seen some of them.
Yeah, you've seen some of them, but yeah, now you're going to see us making them. So we hope you enjoy that, and we'll see you later for the roundup of our jewellery.
Yeah. Right, so here are the beachcombing charms that we've been making from our finds from Stranraer, and also some that we've made previously from beachcombing and mudlarking finds.
Yeah, so they've either been cast from finds or they are the finds. But the ones in the middle are the ones that we made on video. So you saw us making the pipe and this and that and that and that. And of course the little shells as well.
Shells, yeah. But other ones are like pebbles, and
Yeah.
Alex has coated the hole here in, what do you use to do that, Alex?
It's electroformed.
Electroformed.
In sterling silver. In fact, not sterling silver, fine silver. So I've got a few more here. Little tiny hagstone charms.
One here, they're
One
very
there.
cute. And here is a tiny crab claw that Alex cast and gold plated.
Yeah, and we've got the little tiny boots. They're doll's legs that I cast from a real porcelain doll's leg, and then I have enamelled it with a little welly. So they're wearing little Wellington
I
boots.
think they're so cute. And then we have one of the grotty buckies that we found that Alex cast.
Yeah, and we cheated and made a button that, well, the grotty bucky we didn't find at Stranraer, and the button we didn't find at Stranraer, but I did find a button, it was just stuck.
Yeah.
So it counts.
Yeah.
It still counts. I did find a button.
Yeah.
And this beautiful tiny little birdie.
And this is a pebble that I found and put silver bezel on.
Oh, I've got a silver button here as well.
Silver button.
That's actually that button. You can see it cast in silver. And I've put a little bronze thread through it as well.
That's cute. And this here is a bit of lovely blue sea glass, which I've put on a wire, and that one there.
And that's a piece of sea glass from Stranraer. It was a bit tricky to set, I have to say.
This one is a piece of white sea glass, which I put a piece of foil behind to make it purple.
Yeah, that's a fun technique
Yeah.
that we thought up.
And a little shard that's just had a hole drilled in it.
Yeah, that's another way you can make these charms. You don't have to be a jewellery smith. You can just simply drill a hole, like we did with the shells or the pottery, put a little jump ring through it, and then you could make your own necklaces.
Yeah. Just use a diamond drill.
Yeah, and it's best to drill underwater, especially with glass.
Yeah.
But yeah, and this is a shell that's electroformed, so it's a real shell. It's just coated in a layer of silver, fine silver. So I think that's all. That's everything.
All right, so all that leaves is to say a huge thank you once again to all the people that helped to support our channel in all the different ways. So thank you to all of our subscribers, all the people that take the time and trouble to comment.
And all of our patrons, who are all very important to us continuing making these videos and sharing them with you all.
And people who have contributed in other ways, and the people that have been buying us things from our Amazon wish list.
Which we were actually using, weren't we, in this
Yeah.
video, some of the
Use a lot
tools
of
that you
things.
bought for us. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we'll say goodbye.
Bye.
Alright, we've got to get someone's approval. Gotta get that peg of a schwooble. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think, Shrews? It's a yes. Our charm's got the peg of a schwooble.